Belal Muhammad just lined up his first title defense, but it's not against the man fans were expecting. What happened to the Shavkat-Rakhmonov fight, and is it still on the horizon? Despite significant fan interest and both fighters expressing willingness to compete, the UFC has not officially scheduled a new date for the highly anticipated bout between Belal Muhammad and Shavkat-Rakhmonov. The fight was originally expected to serve as Muhammad's first title defense at UFC 310, but an injury forced the champion to withdraw. Since then, there has been no confirmation from UFC President Dana White or the promotion about when, or even if, the matchup will be rebooked. Rakhmonov, currently the number 2 ranked welterweight contender, remains in title contention, but the UFC's decision to move forward with Jack Della Maddalena as Muhammad's opponent at UFC 315 suggests that Rakhmonov will have to wait, at least for now. This uncertainty has left fans speculating whether the fight will happen in late 2025 or potentially be sidetracked by other rising contenders in the division. If you're hyped for Belal versus Rakhmonov and want to see how the welterweight division unfolds, hit that like button and drop your prediction in the comments below. Belal Muhammad is set to make his first UFC welterweight title defense against Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 315 on May 10th in Canada. This matchup came about after Muhammad's original fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov at UFC 310 was canceled due to an injury. Rather than wait for Rakhmonov, the UFC opted to keep the champion active by pairing him with the surging Australian contender. Della Maddalena, known for his crisp boxing and finishing ability, presents a unique challenge, and the outcome of this fight could heavily influence the future of the division. If Muhammad wins and emerges unscathed, a bout with Rakhmonov could be back on the table. However, an upset loss or a close, controversial decision might lead to a rematch or open the door for other contenders, further delaying Rakhmonov's shot at the belt. Assuming Belal Muhammad successfully defends his title at UFC 315, a fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov could still take place later in 2025. Muhammad previously stated that he wanted to fight Rakhmonov after Ramadan, ideally in May or June, but by taking the Della Maddalena fight in May, that timeline has shifted. Realistically, a clash with Rakhmonov might happen in late summer or fall, depending on Muhammad's health and how the division shakes out. However, Rakhmonov may not want to stay inactive for too long and could take another fight in the meantime, potentially risking his position as the top contender. Additionally, other emerging welterweights could complicate matchmaking if they score big wins, creating pressure on the UFC to consider alternative title bouts. For now, fans will need to wait and see how UFC 315 plays out to get a clearer picture of when, or if, the Rakhmonov title shot materializes. Make sure to subscribe to MMA Thread so you don't miss an update when this fight finally gets booked. And trust me, it's going to be a war.